Welcome to what may be our last video episode of the Fitish podcast for a little bit. I say that because I'm miserable and I've started early labor, but this is the Fitish podcast. Welcome, Franny, baby daddy.
Yeah, I think Wheezy know that it could be the last video podcast because she wants to be right there.
Wheezy looks like she's about to film a porn. What is she doing?
I don't know. Wheezy, we're not doing that on camera.
This is kind of that final countdown period of time for us, I think. And so I have the dogs at the office today. I have my team like in a tizzy, like we need to shoot this content and this content for March and April because things have started to progress and I'm feeling a whole range of emotions. So we'll see how it goes. Of course, the intention is still to do the podcast from home. I may need a week or two depending on how recovery goes, but we'll still be doing the podcast, just not some YouTube posts for a while, I'm sure. I don't want to do video from bed after a surgery.
It'll be funny though.
Be breastfeeding from bed with terrible lighting. Yeah, that sounds like a hit. How are you feeling?
I'm doing great. I'm excited. I think last weekend got a little real.
Last weekend got real. So on Friday night, I saw a girl that I follow on social media. I haven't even told her this, but she had posted some Chinese food I had never had. And you know how Chinese food is? Like, I don't know, at least for me, I don't want it all the time, but when you do want it, it really sounds good. And so she had posted from a place that I had never tried before. And I thought, oh, okay, let's try it. So I order typical me, I order, like $70 worth of Chinese food, which was just stupid because we barely put a dent in it. And a couple hours later, we were laying in bed and I felt like I was getting the worst food poisoning of my life. I was like, oh my God, that Chinese food. So I did what you do when you think you're going to have food poisoning and you're not sure what end it's going to come out of. You're like sitting on the toilet with a trash can near your lap going like, I don't know if you've ever done that. You just don't know. Like it feels like it was like it could have been either way. It felt more like throw up, but could have gone either way. And then nothing happened. Kind of went away. And it came back again. And then as I'm sitting on the toilet with no activity, which is very TMI, I Googled it and it said that early labor can often feel like food poisoning, like you ate something bad. I had no idea. I thought early labor was going to feel like the worst period cramps of my life. I didn't know it could feel like like
food poisoning?
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. And that's definitely a sign. And
and then we just called the doctor.
We called the doctor.
Our favorite doctor.
Yeah, so it just happened to be the same one that was on call on Christmas, which isn't my OB, but she's in a practice with like 5 other women. And we were kind of surprised because when I told her what I was feeling, she's like, is it intermittent or is it constant stomach pain? I'm like, no, it's kind of coming in waves. She goes, go to labor and delivery. Oh, so Fran and I looked at each other like, fuck, no, it's still a few weeks and we're not ready and the bag's not packed.
We both looked at each other like, shall we? And then we both had like, no, I think we need to go.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's get the show in the road.
It's so superficial, but I was like, God, my hair's dirty and this is just not, you're so, I don't know. You probably don't, you don't feel this way.
I haven't been trimming. Like I was like, my beard was outgrown.
So
I'm ready for the gram post.
We didn't even take our half-pack hospital bag because we were certain. We're like, they're going to send us home. It's just a false alarm. So we got to the hospital and they were all wonderful. It was great. And it wasn't quite a false alarm. It's just early. So they said it could be anywhere from, a day to 2 weeks is basically what they told us. So they monitored us for a bit. I got to undergo my first cervical exam. I don't know why women don't.
How do you like it?
I'm traumatized. I'm absolutely traumatized from it. I had briefly read something about it a while back. I don't know why women don't talk about this more because, of course, at our Monday staff meeting, which consists of all but one woman.
You really don't know why women don't talk about that more?
We got to give each other a heads up and not to scare you, but wholly uncomfortable pain. Like I had no idea. That's basically where they're digitally examining you to see how dilated you are. And they're like, oh, there's the baby's head. Let me get around the baby and put my entire arm up you. And then this one nurse was, be nice.
Really nice. Not really nice, but she had like little, like.
She had smaller hands.
Like little fingers, yeah.
Yeah. So she was like, I got to get someone with longer fingers. She's in the hallway like, hey, anyone with like long fingers? I'm like, I have to undergo another one.
I was like, just like tell me what to look for and I can help. Like I was like, I have average size fingers. I think I can get there. Like just give me direction. Like what are we looking for?
I knew I was in for it when she asked me if I had had a cervical exam yet. And I guess it happens at 37 weeks. And that's this week for me. So I was like, no. And she went, yeah, so a lot of women say they're very uncomfortable. And if I've learned anything going through IVF and just medical stuff in general, when a doctor or nurse tells you something is going to be mild or very uncomfortable, it usually means it's like pretty excruciating. So, not to scare y'all, but they say that they actually do a lot of cervical exams when women are in active labor. But at that point, your cervix has come down so far that it's like right there. Yeah, like they can see it. It's like right there for the taking, but that's how they measure how dilated you are by fingers. And so like 10 fingers or like 5 fingers.
If you want to have an idea of what cervical exam is, you can either Google cervical exam or go to your favorite porn site and Google fisting. It can be it's gonna show exactly the same thing. One is gonna be more fun.
Is that something you've Googled on your favorite porn site?
No, but I pictured that after seeing what happened.
So he's laying on the couch, with his mask on, and we were just making eye contact with each other, and like the look on his face, I've never really seen you look that way because you're hard to rattle and get uncomfortable. You had tears streaming down your eyes. It was like this emotional combination of him probably feeling so bad, I'm sure, knowing that it looked awful and knowing because of course I'm like being like, I was like swearing, probably being like, fuck, the whole time it was happening. I
was like, when they call Serena Williams' sister to come to the room, like I had to contain myself because I was about to crack the fuck up. Like,
how is it funny to? That's a terrible thing to say to see your partner in pain and you're cracking up.
It was just like
uncomfortable.
It was kind of. It was uncomfortable seeing you be so uncomfortable. But it was like a Saturday Night Lights kid. Like it was like a bit. Like it was like this is not happening. Like little fingers calling for reinforcement. I don't know how she has that job. She should be like a pediatrician, something like a.
No, it's just because the nurses were great. I mean, it is what it is.
She had pediatrician size like little fingers.
She had small hands. Yeah. So in that scenario, it didn't work out so well for us to have to. I was like, I have to get another one, and then even worse, we have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and I think I have to get another one because that's when they start them. So,
I've been watching a lot of videos so I can help this time if it's needed.
You were a whole bunch of nothing help when we were at the hospital. You just laid there on your phone.
I wish I could have help.
I mean, I got a little teaser of what labor and delivery is actually going to be like with him, and he was just laying there, and I was like, could you maybe like rub my back and get me some water as I'm laying there like contracting?
And then they all I was thirsty and they only brought you water.
He's drinking my water. I was like, this is not gonna go well.
Like, where are the snacks?
Okay, so we had a dress rehearsal. We had another dress rehearsal. So we'll see. So to top it off, I'm pretty miserable, but things are okay. So yeah, sorry to scare y'all. I've completely scared the girls that work with me. But now that I've talked to women about it, they all have the same experience, that it's just pretty terribly uncomfortable unless they've already had the epidural and they're like, not feeling anything. So, so that's wonderful. That sounds great. I'm really looking forward to this whole experience. The doctor just called me actually, and everything's good. My liver's okay.
Good.
Yeah. My test results were good. I did express to her, I don't know if I've shared with y'all, but we're getting a cesarean for a lot of reasons. That's the plan. And there's obviously a lot of judgment there. So fuck off. That's what I have to say to you.
No, for sure.
I was actually I was up all night last night reading stuff, which was really interesting. But I could sit here and have a whole boring conversation with you about it. But there's a lot of reasons I've made that decision. And that's wonderful. The other women that do completely unmedicated home water births, whatever you want to do, like you rock it. That's great. But there's just a lot of reasons, one of which cesarean babies end up being more intelligent, they say, in a lot of studies. Isn't that interesting?
Amazing subject.
What?
I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some backlash about
There's backlash over everything I say. No, I know there's just a lot of personal reasons that's what we're doing, but we got a little bit of judgment, when we were at the hospital. The nurse was kind of like, because when you go into labor, when you have it planned, you can go in and the doctor, does it in the morning, whatever. But if you go into labor, then you might end up with a different doctor and you have to tell them your birth plan. She was kind of like, so what's the plan? You're just, if we have to do this tonight. And I was like, well, like, I'm going to cut it out. She's like, I'm sorry? Really? Why?
Do you have any medical condition?
I'm like, no, well, there's just, I don't really feel like getting into it. But yeah, I was just talking to the OB and she was like, no, they should never question that. They're not allowed to do that.
Do you think that it's because we live like in the Bible Belt or something like that? People are so conservative and want to do things certain ways? Or...
No, because there's a lot of not religious people that are very hippy dippy and holistic that want to have, unmedicated vaginal births. And so I just don't really understand why women judge women for how they want to bring a child into the world. Like, I don't judge anyone for however they want to do it. It's like, get them here healthy. If you want to talk to me about it offline, that's absolutely fine. I'm happy to be open about it. But anyway, all that being said, I think it's it's more of a hospital motivator, that hospitals get higher ratings when they perform less cesareans, and or women will argue that hospitals make more money for performing more. So so the hospital has apparently where we're delivering has really good ratings now because they're like encouraging them to perform less. So luckily
that's not a bad thing, but once you tell them what you want, they should keep their mouths shut.
That's exactly what she said. She goes, this is my plan. This is what we're doing.
Like, it's just not like, do you have medical, like, none of your fucking business.
And I will say, an element of getting a cesarean that is difficult and challenging and a little, fills me with trepidation is the recovery, right? It's definitely can be a harder recovery. You can't exercise for longer. I kind of worry about like my stomach muscles. I'm like, how are they going to be? I think these are the things that start creeping into my head when I'm awake all night last night. How is exercise going to be going from here? Because I haven't worked out very well in a while. I feel very weak, and I know I'm going to be really anxious to kind of get back to it. And, I'm really, loving the opportunity to work out at home when I am able to work out. And Tonal is a sponsor of the Fitish podcast. Such an incredible device, sleek as a mirror hanging on the wall, like a flat screen television, yet it has up to 200 pounds of built-in resistance if you're into weight training and want to do that sort of circuit. But they offer so many guided workouts on here, and it's just, it's really cool, constantly rolling out new content. So, you don't have to worry about getting out and going to the gym. And I know for me, I'm going to be in this position where I'm going to want to do stuff briefly at home and ease back into a fitness routine. And a device like this makes it just that, right? Like, I can do yoga, I could do meditation, I can then stop and take care of a baby, if I need to, because I'm not going to be able to go to the gym right off the bat anyway. So I love how convenient exercise has become, and Tonal, no matter your experience level, makes it easy and convenient for you with thousands of personalized workouts. Like I said, from strength training to HIIT, yoga, boot camp, bar, and coaches as well. If you want to do a multi-week program to really track your progress, you can try Tonal in your home right now for 30 days. They're so confident you're going to love it. They offer a full money back guarantee. Get it for $63 per month and zero interest over 48 months. $63 per month. I mean, that's
amazing.
Cheaper than going and doing.
No, it's 2 classes of what I do.
I know. Isn't that crazy? Visit tonal.com. That's TONAL.com and use the promo code Fitish for a limited time. You'll get $100 off with that promo code Fitish at checkout. Again, that's tonal.com. Tonal, be your strongest. I am looking forward to reclaiming my body, and I know that's going to take some time. I was up from 12 to 5.
I know.
Night. I'm really miserable. I'm really uncomfortable. And I have to say, I'm so appreciative of, I posted something yesterday, like I was rolling around on the ball. I've hit that point that I get it now, right? I'm so uncomfortable, and I'm also scared because I'm not due for 2 weeks. And so I'm thinking, oh my God, if this has started, it could be 2 weeks of this, like 2 weeks of just, breathing sucks, eating sucks, everything. I feel terrible. I feel miserable. So, I was rolling around the ball and I posted something being like, tips, welcome, like, I'm not the OnlyFans kind, but like like actual advice because, you know, a lot of people give you unsolicited advice and women were so great with their responses. I mean, I had a couple labor and delivery nurses write me. A lot of the tips were about how to induce labor more quickly. I need a few days. Like I have a hair color
Well, the only
appointment.
fun tips also welcome. Just saying, like we're having a child.
Cash.
Any money will help.
I know. I should have done some weird pregnancy OnlyFans
No, babe.
page. What? No. Oh yeah, you would not. You don't even like me like posting a semi risque photo. You would not be okay if I had an
I
OnlyFans
think I've
page.
gotten more comfortable with that. Like I've realized that the only privacy that we're gonna have is limited to our social security numbers.
I think naked physiques can be sexy.
Of course, me too.
I'm not posting like a full spread eagle vag shot on social media.
Babe, I think that naked physiques are very sexy for sure.
Yeah. I mean, artistic. I see
Yeah.
the accounts you follow on social media. You look at photos like that. Why can't I post a photo like that?
Yeah, because I'm not dating any of them. That's like pretty much it. Like you don't see me posting like spread eagle, like all showing my goods. It's mainly fully clothed
Fully clothed.
and mainly for respect of my followers.
Well, I don't know. I got totally off track. I've been losing my train of thought, but no, we'll see. It's gonna take me some time, but I think I stay up at night wondering about stuff. But a lot of women were writing me some good tips about how to induce and how to get yourself to go into labor, like sex and curb walking and eating dates and bouncing on the ball. And I was like, no, I just want some relief at the moment. I don't really want to go into labor yet. Cause like I got shit to do. I'm not ready.
No.
I'm scared. I'm not ready. I need a few more days. And then by this weekend, I'll be like, okay, come what may, you know, but I still, I just
tells me like in 6 months you're gonna like spread your legs and like, you wanna come back?
you want to get back
You
in.
wanna get back in?
I know. I think that's what, now that it's like kind of D-Day, it's like, I just have anxiety thinking about it. So I was up all night. But I have to say, a lot of women wrote me, which just shows some of y'all are very cool and just get it. And some women were writing me going, Jenna, I'm not going to sit here and give you all this advice. My advice is do whatever right now makes you feel comfortable. And I think that's so nice, you know, because you get so many women. I swear the one thing, and I don't know why it is, I'm hard to rattle sometimes, but there is one comment that is making me so mad that if I continue to hear it, I'm not going to do anything about it because I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just mad. You know, I don't have any threats to make. I'm not going to do anything about it.
But if I have to hear about it, I might do something about it.
Yeah, because I bitch at you about it. But I don't know why I don't know why some of you write on my post, it feels like you've been pregnant for 2 years. Like, what good does that do? Like, 37 weeks is a normal gestational period at this point. Like, I'm not a whale or an elephant or any kind of mammal that carries their their baby for like 2 years, you know? But yeah, I get that comment a lot. And I said something the other day. I was somewhere and a woman came up to me, someone that I like kind of know. She said, God, you've been, what did she say exactly? Something like, I feel like this is the longest I've ever known anyone to be pregnant. And I couldn't do it, y'all. I couldn't bite my tongue. I like to make things uncomfortable. I also like to call out people sometimes, you know, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't just like be polite. I don't know. I was just so fucking pissed. I went, you know, I really wish you wouldn't say that. Like, I feel like it's a normal gestational period, you know, and I think that some women you mean well, maybe you're just excited or you want to see a photo of the baby or whatever it is. And I get it. But like, it makes me feel like shit. Like maybe it's because I share my life and I post more on social media. So I'm like, yeah, I'm still pregnant, but
it's all about being prudent. And I count myself in it because now that someone that you love and adore and it's the closest person in your life, it's pregnant, you realize that you have given a lot of very inappropriate comments to other pregnant women like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure I have told someone it seems that you've been pregnant forever or something like that.
And it's so innocuous, I'm sure, and harmless.
Of course, and it hits you different when you're the one pregnant.
Yeah, I've been cool about everything.
Or when you tell someone, "Oh, you look huge," like, well, that's not a compliment.
Oh, there are 2 in there.
Well, the worst is when you said, "When are you due?" and she's like, "I'm not pregnant." That's the worst. Like,
yeah, you got to know better than that. Yeah,
that
I was surprised how many people have said to me,
once.
like, "What? Like, oh, you did that to someone?"
Yes. It's super innocuous, but so these people I'm doing the
Oh, Fran.
one of the deals that I'm working on.
Oh,
But it wasn't like that. When we met in Miami maybe a year ago when we were going through the whole IVF and they were going through the whole IVF. So I saw them in Mexico and I was like, so how's Jenna? How are things? Like, oh, great. We're going to have a boy, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, so when are you due? I was like, no, mine didn't stick. He's like, no, when are you due to your next cycle?
that's a good save.
I think it was very like.
She didn't look pregnant.
Like,
Oh, Fran.
It's not that, when you're preparing your body for maternity, maybe you start building it up, have a better foundation.
It's probably just because the way you're dressed right now, too. Like with this pink shirt and you're all dressed like this and making a comment like that. It's just gross. Like that is so terrible to do. You have so much more empathy.
If I had I know.
If you were in sweats, it'd be like, oh, he's cool. But like this and making comments like that, no.
And I felt awful. Like I felt super bad, but I think
especially going through IVF and one didn't stick.
Notice.
You think you played it off that well?
I think so.
Yeah.
And then a lot of other people came and I was able to pivot.
You're quick. That's a good save. When are you due for another cycle?
Yeah, but it was like, and it was awful because it was like she was going through IVF also, and hers didn't stick. And then I offered like, we still have 3 boys and 1 girl, so if you need, we can give you a boy.
That's sweet, yeah, because a woman wants to carry someone else's child when she's been going through that. Yeah, we're still hoping that this one's ours.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, yes. Well, like I said, I'm not ready yet because I have like very superficial, judge me all you want for the C-section and for this, but I have I have an eyebrow appointment tomorrow, which I never get them done because I'm not wearing makeup. I'm not doing that whole thing. Like I'm not doing this full like glam delivery scenario taking photos. Like I don't want to wear any makeup, but I know I can't get my hair colored for a while. So I'm going to get my hair cut and colored and I want to get my eyebrows waxed and then I'm good. Okay. Then this little rat can come out and I'm good. But
when are you supposed to do all this?
I'm doing it tomorrow and the next day. And then I also was looking into, is it safe to whiten my teeth when I'm pregnant? And yes, it appears that it is because we got this new product to try. And yes, anyway, it's great. What's so funny about this is we like to try products before we like to promote them to you. And so, who doesn't love a good toothpaste? Like of course. I do, even though we were always running out of toothpaste, but I like, a good toothpaste, right? Especially a whitening toothpaste. Yeah. So we got this whole new oral healthcare set from Lumino. Lumino is awesome because it's non-toxic and also has all these great whitening features. But I was following, it's just funny because yesterday I follow this comedian mom blogger woman. She has a lot of followers. She posts really funny content. And she posted Lumino to her story because she has a podcast as well. She's like, I absolutely love this product, which is so great. Anyway, they make toothpaste, mouthwash, whitening products that help your oral health instead of hurting it. I'll be honest. In the past, I've never really questioned a lot of my like oral health care, you're just buying whatever toothpaste looks good to you in the store. And the reality is a lot of it has a lot of toxic ingredients. So with Lumino, you're not going to find harsh bleaches, artificial dyes, or alcohol in any of their products. It's all dentist formulated, backed by over 50 studies, proven to protect the good bacteria in your smile. Lumino whitening strips are super effective, perfect for sensitive teeth. With only 30 minutes to apply, and I'm gonna pop on these whitening strips before I go have this baby. Yeah. No, I'm really excited to be working with Lumino. You can get 15% off your order today when you go to getlumino.com/Fitish and use the code Fitish. And I'm going to spell this out for you because Lumino has a French spelling. It's GET, get Lumino, LUMINEUX.com/Fitish. Again, the code is Fitish to save 15%. Getlumino.com/Fitish. And hey, what's better than I love getting stuff delivered to my front door.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. And I think it's a great product because your smile is your presentation.
I know. I go back and forth on my smile. I have big teeth.
You have an amazing smile, babe. But like my smile looks like I'm like Stitch's son from Lilo and Stitch. You know?
Stitch's son?
Yeah.
Well, you never had braces or anything,
I
right?
did have braces.
No, that's not possible.
Babe, I did have.
Do they know how to do them in Mexico?
Yeah, so here's what happened. I had braces and then I went to military school and I decided to take them off because you have.
Yourself?
No, I went to the doctor. She took them off and gave me retainers that were like Invisalign retainers to keep going with Invisalign. And guess what happened?
What?
They unheard of. I lost them all.
Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, that's Invisalign's amazing, but that's what I did to get like a little more straight. But the dirty secret with Invisalign is like you have to wear them, and they're very easy to take out because it gets really uncomfortable.
No, your teeth would not get straightened just by having them in your drawer.
No.
Funny fact.
Shocking.
Now we know.
Yeah, they're very uncomfortable. So you pop them out in the middle of the night because you're just like in agony.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And being in agony was the first 6 months of my military school
experience. And no one spoke Spanish anyway, right?
And
so
and I didn't speak anything of English, so I was trying to learn on the go. Straightening my teeth wasn't my priority.
Did you have a lot of awkward like encounters and stuff? I mean, to get thrown into a place where you didn't speak the language at all. I have to imagine it was so tough.
The other thing that was very important to mention is that 50% of the school were Mexican. So,
was it Mexican reform school in the Midwest?
It was like a lot of Mexican families send their kids to this military school. So it was just.
So you didn't have to learn English?
No, well, I had to learn English because that was the reason of my 6 months miserable time. Because if you speak in Spanish or they caught you speaking Spanish, they take away your free time. So I literally didn't have any, not only because of speaking in Spanish, like I was a wild child trying to get straight.
I still haven't gotten to the bottom of why Fran went to military school for a year at the age of 15. Like he won't fully tell me the truth. And when I ask his sister, she kind of laughs and is like, well, he, did his own thing. And so it makes me wonder, there was some catalyst to you getting sent to military school.
It was just like a perfect storm. Let's just
This wasn't like a prestigious moment of like, ooh, he's going to go to this top boarding school. It wasn't that mentality. It was like.
I like the boarding school idea. Like I've always been. At the beginning,
like I feel like your parents walked in on you at like the age of like 13, like having sex with like a 30-year-old woman, and they were like, "You're going to America, like you're going to boarding school, you're getting out of here."
Oh no, that wasn't it.
What was it?
It was just a little bit of everything. Like I was 14 or 15, and I was kind of wild. However, like partying, going out and stuff. But anyhow.
No, not anyhow. You don't breeze over this. We're having a little boy together. Like, what is he going to be? Is he inheriting this?
No, I think I was very entrepreneurial in many ways. And
I feel like that's what baby drug dealers say.
No, and my cousin went to that school like 15 years before. And every time that he talked about it, I actually got excited. Like I like discipline, and I liked structure, and I was like,
you needed it,
and I liked, of course, when you're 14, 15, like all about the military sounded so attractive.
Cool. Yeah, so they sold it to you well.
So my dad made it seem that it was my choice.
Yeah,
solely my
Brilliant.
choice.
Yeah,
no, my dad is an amazing salesman.
Yeah,
and I got there and. At the beginning, it was like 3 days into, I was like, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you knew it was bad 3 days.
And
you had a whole year. You had a whole school year.
And my mom, she's like crying, like, I'm sorry, but you're not coming home. And I was like, okay, I guess.
Man, I only had to go through that one time for a 7-day Camp Butterworth Girl Scout camp that my parents sent me to. 7 days. I didn't even want to make it 7 days at the Girl Scout camp, and you had to make it a whole year at military school.
The first 3-4 months were miserable.
Yeah,
Once you start getting once you start realizing that if you follow orders, things are gonna go smoother.
Oh, shocking. Yeah. Discipline.
I start excelling. I think the higher rank I got was private, which I'm very proud of.
Isn't that when you won some shooting awards?
Oh yeah, I became like almost a national champion of sharpshooting.
Sharpshooting.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I've never shoot a gun before then. So,
Is that true?
well, not on the record.
Shut up.
But yeah, I did really good, and I almost
you came out reformed?
I almost wanted to stay another year.
Really?
Yeah. When I was there, when we were graduating, it's like, I want to stay another year.
Did you go in fat and come home thinner?
Oh yeah, no, it was fat camp for me for sure. Also, yeah, it was a lot of arrays of things that thing reformed. Of course, when I came back home, I wasn't all that better.
Yeah. Back to your old entrepreneurial ways.
Yes.
Well, speaking of your skill set, we're not going to be shooting this weekend, but it is finally time for the cooking class, which will be taking place this Friday night at 7 p.m. at the Fitish on our Instagram.
Let's see if I have
if
that
you are
open.
subscribed to, shut up. If you're subscribed to our newsletter, you should have gotten one earlier this week that I made and put together the recipe list. Tell everyone what you're making.
I'm making caldo tlalpeño.
Yeah, I can't say that. So that's up to Fran. So unless I go into labor before then, if we have to cancel on you. But the ingredients are on the newsletter.
Oh, I already asked the hospital. They allow us to do it in the hospital kitchen.
To cook the soup in there.
Yeah.
So we'll be popping on for like an hour on Friday night. You can ask questions. I'll kind of just be moderating it, I guess, and watching him cook. He's a great cook, and the soup looks delicious. So we love a good soup.
Yeah.
It should be and you said it's a great recipe.
That's
of your
what
mom's,
everybody
right?
asked. Well, mostly everybody. People there were some cruel people out there that wanted me to do menudo just so you can enjoy the smell. But
luckily I'm through the grossed out at stuff phase. But hey, this is good. This is a kind of a good, maybe you can watch it, plan, I was kind of brainstorming Valentine's Day's ideas, right? Valentine's is coming up, and so, of course, the one thing Fran and I have actually done every Valentine's Day, because when I think about ideas, there's gifts, right? There's gifts that exist that are great, and I'll talk about some in a minute. But I think these experiences are wonderful. And our first Valentine's Day, we'd only been dating for a few months. We actually went to a cooking store and did an in-person bring your own wine cooking class. You all know I don't really love to cook. It was so enjoyable though, and really fun to do on a date with him. And I had never done that before. And now, like, subsequently, we've done it every year since. So we actually brought a chef into the house, and I had some friends over the next year, and I decorated, and we did another cooking class. And then last year with COVID and everything going on, we did another one, but it was virtual. So now it's funny. I realize that's kind of become the tradition. So highly recommend the cooking class.
The virtual was like, the in-person is a lot of fun, but the virtual, it's really amazing just because you have people from all over the country. Like, I remember that girl from New Jersey with that thick accent.
The reason in person's great is because they do all the dishes, and that's kind of where I'm at in life, is like, are we going to get the good cookware and the dishes? But you did great last year. You went, guys, if any guys are listening to this and you're trying to come up with a good idea, get Fran's recipe, go. He went to the nice cooking store, bought us some new cookware, which I know sounds really boring to a lot of people, but a lot of women, even me, and I don't love to cook, I was so excited to have some like totally impractical, nice cookware for Valentine's Day. It felt very romantic. He bought all the food and we sat at home and cooked. It was really great. And you don't have to leave the house. So really great idea. In terms of some other ideas, there's this website that I really like called Uncommon Goods, and I don't ever shop there. They're not a sponsor by any means of the podcast. It's just that they have really quirky and cool, unique gifts. Uncommon Goods is the name. Affordable stuff, things like I got on there. They have, sexy truth or dare game and, kind of fun things if you wanted to play at home. This, Love is Art is something that I have brought up before as an idea that we still haven't done. That's been sitting in the pantry for like 3 years.
I think that has been my Valentine's gift the first year we met. And then it got regifted to myself again on my birthday.
You were sick though. I was planning to lay it all out. Love is Art is a canvas that comes just in a tube. It looks like a poster. You can choose a color or two. Like I got one that's just black. Basically, it's non-toxic, body-safe paint. You paint each other and you lay the canvas down and you have sex on the canvas, and it creates this whole abstract piece that then you take somewhere and get it stretched and you like hang it in your guest bedroom. So only you know how it was made. You
Yeah.
know, unless there's like a butt or a boob and like a
Yeah.
handprint on there. But
Well, you better be more excited than Missionary because that's gonna be just a blob there. Try to spice it up.
is this the year?
No, I think this year is. Oh, it could be the year because it will be a lot of.
Yeah, but I don't want like a cervical
Surface.
exam with like a black paint.
Well, yeah, that could be a risk for sure.
Yeah, we
They,
gotta look into the
like
ingredients.
they're gonna like send you to oncology if they like you have a lot of black.
Yeah, something's going on. But I'm excited because Fitish, you know, my brand, we just launched a body wash product. We have a couple of Valentine sets that are really affordable as well. If you want to jump on that and order those today, you know, a set of minis and a set of body wash for, you know, treat yourself or the one you love or Galentine's or, you know, whatever you desire. But anytime you get something from Fitish, know that we are using a site called ShipStation. This service is amazing. And you've heard me talk about ShipStation before. So it's only natural that they would sponsor the podcast because they have made my small business life so much easier. You know, when I was first starting, I was just shipping out sweatshirts and merchandise. And, you know, I was thrilled to get like one order in a day. You know, now we could do, you know, hundreds or thousands of orders in a month, and ShipStation seamlessly integrates with our Shopify store. So, you know, whether you are, I've heard it's very popular now. A lot of people have like Amazon resale stores and excuse you, Hefe, Amazon resale stores and Etsy stores and things of that nature. You know, because you want to have a small business from home. Now's the time to do it. And ShipStation's going to integrate with that. You're going to get discounts on shipping, which is really the hardest part about navigating the business in general. They make it so seamless and easy for you to keep track of all your orders. You're going to spend so much less time on shipping and a lot more time on growing your business. Ship more in less time and use my offer code FITISH to get a 60-day free trial, 2 months free of no hassle, stress-free shipping. When you go to shipstation.com, click the microphone at the top of the page and type in the word FITISH. That's shipstation.com and enter the offer code FITISH. Make ship happen.
I like that slogan.
Yeah, they have a great slogan. Make ship happen. I love that. A good slogan's important.
Yeah.
So cooking class, the Uncommon Goods site. Fitish has some Valentine's products. I always got to throw a mention of that in there. I found a tracker ring, which I think is just super romantic. Give your partner, give him a ring.
Where does the ring go? What does it track?
The ring goes
I like it.
on your finger and it tracks your presence.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Your location. Very romantic.
Yes. For that one that you just start dating, give it to him. He's going to love it. He's going to know the type of people you are.
Or that Aura. Have you ever tried that Aura ring?
Yes. I actually got the whole set of auras.
And then what happened? Why did you send it back?
It just didn't work out for me.
Oh, yeah. I remember a lot of people complain about when they try to exercise and hold weights. That's that ring. And then they had to have paid. When we watch Billions, I'm always like, we like that television show. And, but you know, part of me thinks these brands like have to pay for that placement on the show. But he was investing in the Aura ring. Or maybe they didn't.
I don't think it was Aura.
Yeah.
But it was like.
That's what caught Wags having a heart attack.
I think it's really cool for sleep tracking, if that's something that you need to track. But yeah, and that body wash, it's amazing. Like,
oh, you're selling my body wash to people.
I
Thank you.
love the body wash.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Yeah.
It smells so good.
Smells so good.
I mean, you smelled so bad yesterday when you got home from exercise.
Yeah, and then I smell fresh.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Like lettuce. But then something that is really amazing is that, you know, that sometimes when I work out a lot, I start breaking out a little bit in my back.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't.
Yeah, it's because there's glycolic acid in there, so it's resurfacing. Wow. Yeah. It's a good body wash. Yeah, I'm really excited about it, actually. So I hope that's going to be a really good seller for us. So yeah, check it out. Boundary Issues is the name. I thought of a TikTok idea that I want to film. I told Fran I want to put the dogs in the shower, not in the water, but just sitting there looking at us like, why are we standing in the shower? And then I want to throw the bottle of body wash And then the transition is when the body wash hits the ground, it's Fran and I and Tal's getting
Naked.
out of the shower. Cause it's like you go in smelling like a dog and then not naked. Oh, you're fine with a naked TikTok of you and I, but not my artsy
Well,
photos.
if you're gonna be naked, I want to be naked too.
No, that we're just just casually that like all of a sudden we turn into the we're the dogs, but now we're clean. So like you get it? You get it?
Yeah.
I wanted to do it last night and you didn't want to do it.
I just asked if we were about to do it last night at 9 when you mentioned it.
Yeah. And I was like,
PM.
he's like, now? And I'm like, when the fuck else? The product launches today. See, I have these ideas and TikToks take some effort. So look for that TikTok.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be posted by the time you're listening to this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home and do it. You like the idea? Our producer likes the idea. He was nodding. He got it. He picked up on it.
No. The idea is amazing.
Kind of clever. People are amazing on TikTok. I mean, I watched like 4 hours of TikTok last night. That and I was reading good articles about pregnancy and then I would freak out and then I'd get on TikTok. I mean, I couldn't sleep all night.
No, I know. I woke up like a million times and I saw you on your phone. Baby.
I didn't know what else to do, but we'll see. We're here. We're in it. So any tips from y'all are welcome. Thank y'all for being so nice and supportive.
Yeah.
I know a lot of men and women that listen to this podcast, a lot of you have kids and have been through this. So everyone's really nice and everyone's expressed that the last couple of weeks are really tough. It's this weird in between, because you're like miserable and like anxious and,
So it's when a woman comes to you and said, oh my God, the last weeks are really tough. It's like, do you feel the same way as when you hit your toe in a furniture and someone tells you, oh, that hurts a lot? Like,
no shit.
No fucking shit.
No, it's not the same. No, it's not the same.
No, so it feels more supportive when they tell you. Like,
yeah. Because a lot of women say that, but I think what I've learned with pregnancy and that men just probably won't understand, even though it's just biological, you just won't. But it's such a strange, unique, kind of isolating experience, even though other women have gone through it. And I think that you feel something every day, like you're not yourself and you feel it. And I know some women find it magical, and it's amazing what the body does and goes through. But there are times, you're never not with it. You can get up and go work out and you're excited we're having a baby and you can put your hand on my stomach and you can feel it. But at this moment in time, oh my gosh, it's like you do feel like you've been pregnant forever and you have anxiety about the birth and how that's going to go. Think like I'm electing to go in there and like get cut open wide awake and that's going to happen any day. And it's pretty, or women that are going to push a baby out, any feeling of that, your brain starts knowing like it's coming, you're just, something feels different right now. And so I think, it's just that you live with this feeling like a constant all day, every day. Like it doesn't feel like your body. I can't pee. I can't walk without peeing. It's sad, really.
Babe, it's beautiful what you're doing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
For sure.
Like she pees when she walks.
Yeah. Babe, I don't think you should be walking anymore.
So anyway, no, women have been very supportive, but I think women get it. But no, I just said all that because it's more about, it feels like an eternity in the moment. And I'm sure that's how, it has been a year since we started IVF and it took us months to get pregnant. Over a year to get pregnant, really, when we think about it. So it's been quite a long process. And so, yeah, in the whole scheme of life, 9 or 10 months or a year or however long it takes you is nothing, right? When then you have a teenage child and you think back on it and you're like, but when you're in it, it feels like an absolute eternity. Yeah. So these last couple of weeks, everyone has agreed that they're pretty brutal. Like I just didn't realize that I wasn't going to be able to do anything. So it makes you kind of frustrated. I sit at home and I'm like, I need to do laundry. I need to do this, but I'm so fucking tired. Like Babe, I couldn't even get up yesterday.
You need to take your mom's advice. Like
what?
You're putting a lot of pressure on you. You need to lay back and relax and chill and sleep in the middle of the day and
like I enjoy my shoes time. Off. I'm getting so swollen as we're talking about it. I'm swelling up.
Enjoy this time. Like
enjoy it.
Well, enjoy is not the word I'm looking for. It's more like take full advantage of the opportunity that you have, that you're not carrying a baby in your arms yet. That you can sleep in the middle of the day. That like it's 2 more weeks.
You hear him? I can sleep in the middle of the day. This is what men say. I couldn't sleep all fucking night. He's literally trying to come out of my belly like an alien. He is squeezing my bladder with his little
Well, just sleep on the
hands and his
board.
little shank that you smuggled him. What?
My baby.
Fran woke up in the middle of the night. I'm on all fours on the bed, just like like the girl in the ring. Like,
I need a little heads up next time that happens. Like between
on the floor.
CBD, Delta 8, I was like, what is happening?
He wakes up hallucinating. No, what you saw was real. It was just me. Yeah. Well, we will hopefully be with you again next week. Don't forget to join us on the Fitish Instagram for our cooking class. As always, any questions, advice, comments, hate mail, criticism.
Hate mail and criticism, you can keep it to yourself.
Info. I'm going to make Fran start responding. info@fitish.com is the place to send those. But thank you for all the support. And to be quite honest, if this happens, we may miss you for a week or two in there, but the plan is to get back to it, and we can't wait to share the whole story with you, which we plan to do.
These weeks are going to be very, very exciting.
Well, hopefully we see you Friday on Fitish Instagram Live for Fran's cooking class. We'll catch you later.